Well, that's the Jericho Town Hall, and here we are in Jericho. And just to give you a little bit of background for this city, it's a city in central Queensland, actually named after the biblical city Jericho. And to call this place here in central Queensland a city is actually far too strong. This is just a little town. It's just near the Jordan Creek and just near Lake Gaililee. And because there was a lake called Gaililee here in Queensland, and because there was a creek called the Jordan, they decided to name this little dump of a place Jericho. Let me show you the sign in the centre of town and explain to you some of the, I suppose you'd call them statues or rocks that are here in the centre of Jericho. You can see here the crystal trumpeters, and the big sign says, because Jericho in Queensland is built on the Jordan River, Jordan Creek, south of the Lake Gaililee, we decided to tell you the story of the original Jericho, the biblical Jericho, Joshua chapter 6. The Israelites came, they marched once a day for 6 days, 7 times. The next day, then they blew their trumpets and made a lot of noise so the walls would fall down and they could enter. And to understand why a bunch of desert nomads expected these tactics to work against a fortified city, we have to go back 40 years before it happened. And this is told in the outer circle of rocks, the story from Exodus through to Joshua. The story begins with Egyptian pillars, the Passover story. And then there's a brick path representing slavery in Egypt. Then there's a representation of the trickling fountain and Moses striking the rock, the 10 Commandments, the stepping stone path, the manna, the Feast of Quail, fruit symbols, Moses sighting the Promised Land, entrance steps, the crossing of the Jordan River, and then the rainbow represents the Promised Land.